Hi, I'm Heidi with Onigo Stamping. Welcome to my craft corner. Today I'm starting a brand new series of videos called Craft Box Challenge. I've gathered a group of basic supplies, stamps and inks and papers. I've put them all together in a box, and I'm going to use those supplies to make multiple videos over the months of January and February, primarily on Fridays, but not every Friday. Over the course of these videos, I'm going to make at least 8 to 10 cards, probably a lot more. All of the supplies in the box could be purchased for $125. Why $125? Well, if you get the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit, you pay $99 for $125 worth of product of your choice. So you could choose all of these products that I've put together in this box and be all ready to get started with stamping and card making. How awesome is that? If you have any questions about joining Stampin' Up! Or purchasing the starter kit, I would love to answer those questions for you. Just go ahead and leave a comment to this video or send me an email. You'll find more information on how to contact me and links to my website in the description to this video. Okay, Onigo, let's get stamping. I want to start by talking about the supplies that I chose for my box. So this is the first video, so I want to let you know what's in there, right? So I have a package of thick Whisper white cardstock. Of course, now this is going to be thick basic white cardstock when I purchase more, but this is a package of thick Whisper white cardstock. You'll notice, okay, I don't have a full package in here. I realized I am running out, so I have another package on order, and that will be coming shortly, and that will replace this. But I promise I will not use more than 24 sheets that is in this package. All right. I also have a package of Brights cardstock. So there's 2 of each color, and this is the Brights cardstock. Isn't that pretty? All right, so I have that. I have, oh, now you've seen it. Okay, so I have some Stampin' Dimensionals. I have the Sweet Strawberry stamp set. So this is in the new 2021 January to June mini catalog. Isn't it cute? It's so cute. And I chose this set because it has a thank you and a birthday and a hello. So it kind of covers a whole bunch of different things, right? So we're going to use that stamp set. And then I have the punch that goes with it. So here's the Strawberry Builder punch that goes with it. So that's kind of fun too. I have a paper trimmer. Now, this was kind of a big choice because a paper trimmer is pretty expensive, right? But it's so necessary in card making. You can't make cards without a paper trimmer. I mean, you can, and there are ways around it, but a paper trimmer makes life so much easier. So I definitely included this in my box. I have 1 block. This is going to be a challenge. Making cards with only 1 block is not fun because you have to continually change the stamp, but that's okay. I have 1 block. It is a D block, so it will work with all the stamps in my stamp set. Then I have a StazOn jet black ink pad. I have some multi-purpose glue. And then I've already opened these, but I have the classic Stampin' Spot assortment. So this is 8 different Stampin' Spots. They come together in a package. There's Flirty Flamingo, Basic Gray, Granny Apple Green, Shaded Spruce, Gorgeous Grape, Real Red, Coastal Cabana, and Daffodil Delight. So they're almost all bold, bright colors except for, these 3 here, but the other ones are bold, bright colors. So they're gonna match the cardstock I have. I chose the smaller size because I could get more colors for my money. Of course you could do most of the things that I'm going to show you with a regular size ink pad. Although I am gonna hopefully maybe do some tricks with the spots that you have to have the spots for. So that's really fun too. So I have those in there. Now all of that is what equals $125, or what you could get for $99 if you purchased it as part of the starter kit. In addition to that, I have some scissors. Now I of course grabbed my paper snips because that's what I have, but you could use any scissors. I have a water painter. So I kind of assumed that everybody has some sort of a watercolor paintbrush hanging around in their craft supplies. This happens to be the watercolor paintbrush that I have, so that's what I'm going to be using in there, and that's why I didn't count it, because you could use any watercolor paintbrush. I don't have them right here, but I also am throwing in there a pencil, some sticky notes, and a black marker, a thin black marker. Again, basic craft supplies that you probably already have in your craft room. All right, so we're gonna start the series off a little bit slow. In coming weeks, I'm gonna show you multiple cards per video, but today I just wanna do one quick and easy, simple card with you just to get started. So I have a piece of that thick Whisper White cardstock, and I am gonna go ahead and cut this in half. So I'm cutting it at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to score half of it at 4 1/4. And this is going to make my card base. Now, I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. And I just have to use my finger to get a nice fold. Normally, I would use my bone folder. The other thing I want to do, I'm going to grab my paper cutter again, and I'm going to add just a fun little trim on the bottom of this. So that here's the front, and actually I want to do it on the inside. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. So I'm going to start at 1/2 inch, and I'm just scoring that. And then I'm going to move up another 1/4 inch and do it at 3/4 inch. And I will just score that again. Now, the reason I did this on the inside was that I wanted that line to kind of pop up instead of being inward. So now you can see, maybe you can see, it's probably a little bit hard, but that pops up right on the front of my card. All right, so let's start some stamping, shall we? So I'm going to get out my stamps, and I'm going to start with this kind of branchy one right here. Put that on my card, my block. You know, the other thing that I'm including with my box that I didn't include on the costs is I'm putting in there the Stampin' Chamois, just because I don't feel like dealing. There are ways to clean your stamps without using it, but I don't feel like dealing with that. So we're just going to go with, you have the Stampin' Chamois or another way to clean your stamps. All right. And I'm going to start by stamping this over here. And then, well, let's see, where do I want to stamp this? How about right here? I'll do one more. So with the Stampin' Spots, I just like to take them and hold them right upside down and ink up my stamp that way. So there is just kind of a line of strawberries. And now I need to clean off this stamp so I can use my block for something else. Just clean that up. And swap this out. And I'm gonna use the outside of the strawberry. Let's do that one next. I'm going to grab that other half of thick Whisper White cardstock that I didn't use for my card base, and I'm going to stamp this with real red ink. Just ink that up. I'm going to stamp it twice. So there's once. I'll re-ink and stamp it again. Now I want to fill in my strawberry, so we'll clean off my stamp. Whoops. Clean off that stamp, and we will switch over to the inside. And I'm going to use the real red again. So I'm going to stamp that up. I'm going to go ahead and, let me see. I'm going to stamp that off, I think. And then stamp to fill in my strawberry. And we'll ink it up again. Stamp off. And then stamp on my strawberry. All right, next, I want to stamp some tops to my strawberries. So we will clean that off. And I will grab the leafy bit. I'm going to grab that shaded spruce again. We'll ink that up. And I'm going to stamp this twice. And we'll clean that off again. And I'm going to switch over and grab the inside. And then I'm going to stamp this, ink this up. I'm going to stamp it off just like I did with my strawberries. And then stamp the inside. I'll do that again. So there's the stems to my strawberries. And then there's one more thing I want to stamp. And then I'm gonna put the stamps away, I think. So I want to grab, let's see, let's switch this up. Let's grab the hello there. I'm going to stamp that right over here, and I want to stamp that in red. And grab some real red, ink up my stamp again. We'll just stamp that right there. Now, set my stamps aside, and I want to punch out my strawberries. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut them apart, just because the Strawberry Builder punch has multiple images, multiple stuff on it, and so I don't want to cut all those things. Now, what you can do if you've done this is that I'm going to grab one of the sticky notes. Why was there sticky notes in my box? For things like this. So I'm going to stick, oops, I did that wrong. I'm going to stick that on there. Open up my punch, and now this is going to help me get that in just the right spot. So I'll put that in where it goes, and then give it a good punch. And we'll do that again. So I'll stick this in, line it up, and then punch that out. And pull my sticky note out. It's wanting to stick in there. Come on. So get all that out. Now I want to cut out my little stems. So there's the first one. And then I'll cut the second one too. See if I can do this without using a sticky note. You probably can't see, but I am lining it up by moving the paper. And then we'll just punch that out. All right. There's my pieces. Let's add some strawberries to the card, shall we? I'm going to start by putting the stems on the tops of my strawberries. And I'm going to take off the sticky note that's still on there. So just adding some adhesive to the top. And I'll just glue that right on the top of my strawberry. Set that aside for a moment, and then I'm going to do the other one too. Try to use a little bit less adhesive. It's hard. This adhesive comes out very quickly. There we go. And I will just add this to the top of my second strawberry. So there's my 2 strawberries ready to go. And now I want to add my strawberries onto my little bush here, right? So I want to do it in a way that kind of makes sense, but also maybe covers up where those two come together. So, all right, for this, I'm going to grab my Stampin' Dimensionals because I love my Stampin' Dimensionals. I could not have a box without Stampin' Dimensionals. I almost did it, and I was like, no, we got to have the Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'll stick those Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Peel off the backs. And then we'll add that strawberry to the front of our card. Right there. And then I think I'll add the other one maybe up here. Yeah, that looks pretty good, huh? All right, let's put the dimensionals on there. Kind of missed with my placement. I missed my Take Your Pick tool. Normally I'm using my Take Your Pick tool for my dimensionals, but didn't include that. Little extras, those little nice little things that make the card making easier that sometimes you just have to let go of. That you just, you don't have yet when you're brand new, right? So there's my second strawberry, and there's my cute little card, right? Super easy. I'm going to use my scissor to get a better crease on there. So there's my cute little nice and easy, super simple card using just the supplies from my box. So there's the card one. Come back and see me. I know that it's probably going to be 2 weeks before I do another one of these, but come back and see me in 2 weeks and find out what I make next with the supplies from my craft box challenge.